Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to try to do a very descriptive video on night latching traps. I know there's a ton of videos out there on night latching, but from everything I've seen, there's no real good descriptive ones with everything visual that the average person would really need to know. Okay, so that's my whole aim on this video is try to get a good descriptive video on night latching. Okay, so tools needed, real simple. You're gonna need files, you're gonna need a socket, and screwdrivers. Okay, the biggest problem I find that people have whenever they try to night latch their traps for the first time is that they do not use the proper size file. They go to the workbench or the tool cabinet there, they pull out any old file and they try to night latch your traps. It's very hard to do that if you do not have the proper size file. Okay, now from my experience, there's 2 files needed. Okay, for everything number 2s and under, that's number 2s included and under, a 5/32 file is what you need. Now you're measuring right here along the edge of the file. Okay, anything bigger than a number 2, so your 3s, 4s, and 5s, you're gonna need a 3/16 file. That's 3/16 measurement right across there. Okay, and what that is the gap on the pans. That gap right there where my finger is changes as you go up and through the bigger sizes of traps. Okay, now real simple. Okay, this is a Duke trap. This is the trap I chose strictly because it's a big trap. It's got a big pan. Everything's a little bigger, and hopefully it'll come out on video a lot better. Okay, first thing we need to do is, especially on Duke traps, the end of the dog right here, 9 times out of 10 there's a little nub there, or they sheared it off. Okay, now to make this work proper, right here, take your file and flatten off right there, and then square this end up, because that's the end going to be contacting the pan along with this upper edge. Take your file, any old file will work on this. I like using this little pair of needle nose vice grips to hold the dog there, file it off smooth. Okay, after that we need to take the pan off. Okay, I know there's a lot of people out there going to say you can night latch the traps leaving the pan on. If that works for you, that's great, good for you. I do it too, but for the first timer, you need to take the pan off to get it level. If you don't, whenever you first try to night latch that trap, if you don't get that pan completely level and you go to filing, you'll file in crooked and you'll never get that pan to set level. So, for the average person, take the pan off, real simple. Take that bolt loose. If you haven't changed out the bolts on Dukes, it's a 7mm socket, and either a Phillips or a flathead screwdriver will work. Okay, so take the pan off. We're going to put it right here in this vise. We're going to get it setting nice and flush and level. Do that and get right back with you. Okay, so now we have our pan loose from our trap. You can see the notch. The dog is going to sit right in there where my finger is, and that's where we're going to file. The distance is going to be half the distance of that gap is what you're going to want to file. Now, the reason I say take the pan off is so we can set it in our vise perfectly level. So, if you've got your vise like so, set your pan in there and tighten it down. Now your pan is sitting perfectly level. Okay. Now, next we'll take our file. Since this is a number 3, it's got the big one, we're going to take our bigger file, 3/16. Okay. Now we're going to simply set our file in there very flat. Okay. And you're going to start filing. And like I said, you want to file till you got about half the distance of that gap cut. Okay, now then, there it is right there. We'll put the pan back in the trap, and now we have our dog filed off nice and smooth. We're gonna have a nice crisp clean set. Put the pan back in, I'll get right back with you, we'll show you it set. Okay, so I've got the pan back on the trap, put it back on. Okay, now on like a coon trap, like a number 2, 1 3/4, 1 1/2, I prefer to have the pan free fall, meaning I will tighten that bolt up just to the point that the pan will fall by its own weight. Okay, this is number 3. This could be used for beaver, coyote, anything a little bigger. Personally, I prefer a little more pan tension than free falling, so I'll add just a little bit more. Like I said, to each its own on that deal. Now, I've set this trap. Okay, as you can see, I've set it. The Nite Latch is not yet engaged. You can see the pan is way high. It won't work in this situation. Okay, but I just wanted to show you how to now adjust this trap. Okay, so I've got it set. Okay, now if you can listen, you'll hear an audible click. Okay, I'm gonna pull the pan down, and that's gonna trip that Nite Latch. Hear that? That was it hitting that Nite Latch. That dog was going up in the groove that we just filed. Okay, so now I'll pull that jaw back down, and now you can see that the pan is sitting entirely too high, way too high. Okay, so now we have to adjust the pan height, okay, with the Nite Latch engaged. You have to remember to use that because you'll have too much fall. Okay, right here, real simple. Take the trap in the set position, okay, put one in on the ground, take a pair of pliers, okay, right here is where you're going to want to put your pliers. Okay, we'll take our pliers just like so, grab onto right there, and we'll push that down. Okay, as you push that down, watch the pan drop. This is going to bend this bar, which is going to push everything forward and drop that pan. Okay, you get it to your set desired height, and you're good to go. So I'm going to do that real quick and get right back with you. Okay, so I've bent the bar up. Now you can see with the trap being unset. Good Lord, this is hard with one hand. Okay, right there. You can see through there with the trap being unset. If you put the dog inside the Nite Latch, the pan, you can see right there, it sits almost perfectly level. That's how it's going to sit whenever it's set. So, you can do it both ways. Personally, I find it faster if I just leave it set and then bend it up. But you can also spring the trap, bend it up till you like the pan height, and then look at it like that. So, now, set the trap real quick. Okay, so we've got our trap set. As you can see, the pan is still a little high because the Nite Latch is not yet engaged. Okay, at this point, real simply, reach in, pull down on the pan. There's your click. Okay, pull the jaw back down. Alright, now, see that? Pan's sitting almost perfectly level. Like so. This will work for any critter out there. And now you've pretty much got a hair trigger. Very little pan fall, free fall, with it being Nite Latched. You trip the trap, take almost nothing. Okay, there you have it, Nite Latching. Kind of go over a few things again. Remember, main thing, use the proper size file. Anything number 2 and under, 5/30 seconds. Anything number 3 and over, 3/16 file. Hope this Gave you guys a little better insight on night latching. Any comments or questions, feel free. I try to answer everything within 2 days. Hope you guys enjoyed. Till next time.